Yep, I did it again. So it's actually been a while since I've done one of these computer restoration videos. But this is the first time that I'm doing a restoration on something retro. This is a Dell Inspiron 600M from around 2002 or 2003. I bought this computer off of eBay as a part system and wanted to see if I could get it working. I've never really worked on any Dell laptops that are this old, and quite honestly, I don't really know much about it since it was a parts system. But I do know that it's got some sort of Intel Centrino processor. It may or may not have dedicated graphics, and it's got a hot swappable DVD drive. That's pretty cool. A lot of the Dell Inspirons and Latitudes back then were known for that. This thing has definitely seen better days. It's not terrible. There's a few scuffs and scratches here. There's also some like sticky residue here. It must have been from like a sticker. And the keyboard is pretty worn down. Although the screen seems to be in decent shape, albeit a little dirty. I can't remember what the listing said about the functionality of this laptop besides it being a parts system. I plugged it in and turned it on momentarily. It does something, and then for some reason it just completely loses power and refuses to post. So I'm guessing there's probably some sort of internal issue that we'll have to take a closer look at, which is fine because I was going to take this thing apart anyway. Hopefully you can see everything okay. It's probably the best it's going to get. I'm guessing the first order of business is to get the keyboard out. It shouldn't be too difficult because most laptop keyboards have some sort of like retention clips. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. Well, I was going to replace the keyboard anyway. Oh, it must be screwed to the bottom maybe. There's our battery. I have no idea if it's still good. Probably not. And it looks like we don't have a hard drive in this. Do we at least have RAM? No, we do not. I believe I do actually have some DDR1 memory that I can put in this. Not very much. It's only like 256 megabytes. And I don't really know what the max is that this thing can take. It does have a Wi-Fi card though. Don't know if it's Bluetooth as well. Looks like we also have a docking port here. Port replicators were pretty popular back then for laptops. Pretty handy. Okay. I think we got all the screws out from the bottoms. We should be able to... Oh, yeah. Things are starting to come apart now. Let's take out this DVD drive as well. That'll make things easier. Gotta be really careful because for laptops this old, plastic is starting to become brittle. Oh. What did I just say about being careful about plastic? Well, don't tell me that there's screws underneath these rubber feet. And there are, and it's a different bit. Rule of thumb, always make sure that you check underneath the rubber feet because they usually like to hide screws underneath there. Dell really did not want you getting into their computers back then. My intrusive thoughts just makes me want to just firmly grasp it. Yeah, there we go. Jesus Christ. All that finagling just to get this piece off. And I think we slightly broke it. Oh, so that's why we couldn't get the keyboard off. It's screwed in. Bye-bye, old keyboard. So now, looks like we can finally take off the screen. Oh, it's got a grounding wire here. Yeah, we definitely don't want to break that. Okay, so we got the screen off. Now can we take this part off? Yes, yes we can. So we finally got the palm rest off. And we're finally getting an easier view at the Motherboard. Let's get this optical drive bay out, because that will actually make things a lot easier. Let's take a look at that CPU. I can only imagine how old that thermal paste is. Clogged up. That has probably never been cleaned. Ew. That's gross. I should not be touching that. Ew. Look at that. Laptops back then had socketed CPUs. Wish they do that nowadays. Oh my god. Oh. Now those are some legitimate dust bunnies. Yeah, let's remove that fan pronto. I'm definitely going to have to get that cleaned. I want to know what's underneath this, because it says chip cooler. Does that mean we have a graphics card in this? Oh, we do have a graphics card. ATI. That is the weirdest looking heat spreader on a graphics chip I have ever seen. Can you see that? It's like a plus sign here, and it's got a bunch of these RAM chips on the side. I don't think we really need to go any further, because we can pretty much access everything right here. It just sucks that we had to disassemble the entire computer to get to this point. That right there must be our clock battery, which I'm sure is probably long gone. Oh wait, I think we can just access it just by... Oh, that's actually really convenient. You can pretty much just access the BIOS battery just right here in the battery compartment. All right, we got quite a bit of cleaning with the heatsink, the fan, part of the motherboard. We're going to replace the thermal paste on the CPU, probably put a little thermal paste on that GPU, as well as put a new thermal pad. I also need to buy some components, like I might get some more RAM. I'm definitely going to need a new keyboard. But first, let's start with cleaning everything. All right, I got it put together just enough to hopefully power it on. So let's plug it in. Oh, we got lights. Do we have picture? Oh, nope, never mind. Oh, for crying out loud. I forgot to put RAM on this. Okay, rewind. That didn't happen. Okay, now let's try to power it on. Still nothing. And I reseated the CPU as well. Tricky, tricky. I don't really feel the CPU or the GPU getting warm either. Okay, I reseated the RAM. Let's see. Oh, there we go. All right. I don't know why the panel has like a pink tint to it. She's running. Sweet. So I'm not entirely sure what's happening with the panel. I know it's not supposed to be that color. But at least now we can get into the BIOS and see what we have for specs. So it looks like we got a Pentium M at 1.4 gigahertz. Our RAM is being detected. It's just 256 megabytes that I had lying around. It looks like we have an ATI Radeon 9000 with 64 megabytes. Our battery is obviously not installed, but once we have everything fully reassembled, I'll see if that battery is good or not. Yeah, pretty standard BIOS for 2002 or 2003 or whenever this is from. So now that we know it works, I am going to order some parts. A new keyboard for sure. I might see if I can get some more memory. And then I think I do have an IDE hard drive lying around that I can put in this. It was working perfectly fine, and then I powered it on 2 days later, and just no signs of life whatsoever. Yeah, I think I'm done playing around with this. I have tried everything to get this to work again. We're back to the same old problem where it just shows a light and then just refuses to power on. I have tried everything that I can think of. I tried replacing the power button board. I unplugged and reseated everything. I reseated the memory multiple times. I reseated the CPU, used different power supplies, and even went as far as trying one of these Dell docking stations that are compatible with this, and still absolutely nothing. So that leads me to believe that we have a deeply rooted motherboard issue, which unfortunately, looking at replacement motherboards online actually would cost more than what I actually paid for the system, so I don't think it's honestly worth it. It's not a whole lot of computer projects that I'm willing to throw in the towel, but this may be one of those times. I just tried everything. I'm frustrated. I just can't think of anything else that I can try. So, unfortunately, we were not able to restore this Dell Inspiron. What a disappointment. But that's just how it goes sometimes.